I'm joined by Owen Howells, head of Geo at RUAS Railscape.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, mate.
No, good. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, how are you finding the show so far?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good to see all the new softwares that are out there.
Yeah.
So it's I think the industry is very confident with what kind of hardwares are out there, but it's good to try and understand where the data can go. So how can us as a company that captures data utilize the data as much as possible? So that's what I've enjoyed taking from this show the most so far.
And in terms of hardware, anything interesting?
Well, it's good to see the VLX3 on the stand here, but we're quite happy with the VLX2 so far.
Brilliant.
Happy with its performance and everything. So we have quite a lot of different pieces of hardware.
Yep.
So some for specific jobs, but mainly at the moment for ground-based data capture, we've been using the VLX.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And you mentioned earlier, you told me kind of privately about a project that you guys did 2 weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
So yeah, it's kind of it was a massive project for us. It's all of King's Cross. So all the public areas, offices, down to the basement levels where all the bins are kept. So.
Yeah.
Some of the glorious parts, some of the not so glorious parts. So I think we did 32 scans altogether.
Okay.
The first stage was getting our georeference points in there, using a total station. Got all that in about 2 days, and then the rest of it was all VLX work. So it was 26 and a half hours of scanning altogether. We didn't see a single failure in the data, which is incredible for me in the processing side. And in terms of the georeferencing, I've got everything to less than 15 millimeters in terms of the control from the NavVis. So I'm really happy with that.
Yeah.
That means we don't have to send anyone back to rescan failed areas, which is huge for us. So yeah, really blown away with the performance, to be fair.
Brilliant, brilliant. And with this project, you guys didn't use the TLS at all?
Yeah, we shot it in. I think we got 92 control points over the whole area. Perhaps I was overkill, but I just wanted to make sure. I think possibly with just 20 control points would have been all right.
Rather too many than not enough,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So, but I was just happy with how fast we captured. What's critical from our side is then we got that data. Where we started in RUAS is from drone surveys.
Okay.
So what's going to be really cool now that we've done the drone survey as well, VLX data, photogrammetry on top of the outside, mate, that's going to be incredible. So really looking forward to seeing how that's going to come out, and I'm sure I'll send it over to you guys.
Ultimate hybrid workflow you got there.
Yeah, it's working really well, but like I said, it's good to see all the softwares out here. What else can we do with the data?
Sure.
What else can we do?
And in terms of Ivion, are you going to be merging that data within Ivion?
Yeah, that's all been done. So we imported, every scan took about 5 or 6 hours. So I was uploading about 6 at a time. Waking up the next morning, everything was processed. Normally I had to go in and had a look at some of the control points. I wanted to get the residuals of some of the control points down, which means maybe sometimes the guys capturing put the wrong code in for the control points. Adjusting that, which is quite straightforward work. But Ivion, getting everything modeled in that now is the next one, to the strict kind of coding that Network Rail want from that. So that's the next stage. I'm happy that we can do it all in Ivion, but yeah, so that's the next piece of work that I've got to do.
Sure, for sure. And what is the deliverable going to be on this this
Great question. The deliverable is basically going to be a coded model. So for every room that's it within there has to have an individual code that can then go straight into the back end of what Network Rail are already using. So we're doing all that work for them within Ivion. So it's just basically going to be a model of every single room, and as well then all the single layers being the floors and everything. So we're going to code all that in for them, get it ready so they can just send it straight into their instance of Ivion as well.
So they have their own instance already?
Yeah, they've got their own instance ready. So it's kind of staying in that ecosystem. So for this project, it's just going to be coding those models, getting it in the right place. However, I want to see what else we can get from the data. Can I get airflow out of it? Can I get emergency route planning out from it? That kind of thing. So we're trying to take this data to the next level.
Next level, for sure. Brilliant. Well, Owen, thank you very much for joining us. Really good to see you, mate. And
awesome.
all the best for the rest of the show.
Awesome. Cheers, mate.